Hey guys, this year and I'm here to share my journey, like it's so-called the Kundalini and spiritual awakening which I had, and what phases I went through, and exact phases, duration, what are physical symptoms I faced, mental symptoms, and a couple of things. Please excuse me for any grammatical errors which I'm likely to make, or any bad body language which unknowingly I might just do that. So, okay, about me. Okay, I'm Nitish, and I'm 27 years old, and about see, okay, the starting is Kundalini awakening experience. Like the process can take, like, the time limitations, like awakening, that 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, it can just take any time, and it totally depends on what you know maybe astrological significances, or how well are you prepared for this thing. So okay, about myself, why, like, I just completed my 2 years, like, journey. It was pretty fast. The reason, okay, astrologically, if you guys are aware of it, okay, sun sign, yeah, I'm Aries, then which makes me more of a psychic, or like superhuman abilities, where Cancer, I'm Cancer ascendant, which I think so. It's related to some intuitive powers. Then my fifth house is the moon, and it's pretty debilitated. That makes me again like more psychic and more superpowers, whatever. And my eighth house had Rahu. The I think it saw south node or north node. I don't know what exactly it's called in English. And then lastly, I'm a moon in Scorpion. So all this sum up for me, like my psychic abilities, like reaches some extreme level. My this, like, I would be further explaining, how my journey started, and what exactly happened then that I had to stop this journey. Because the first thing you guys need to know is there are no free lunches. Like, even for these things, it's not free. You have to sacrifice something. It's like a, like, it's like a barter system. Okay, maybe a barter, whatever the word is. You need to give something for to get something. So obviously I sacrifice, obviously, couple of things for this so-called Kundalini awakening, whatever these things. And if you're prepared for this thing, go ahead with it. Otherwise, personally, I would suggest it's not advisable to get into these things, because trust me, it's not easy. It's really not easy. And what many things, you can just go through a lot of roller coasters. And obviously in my further videos, as well as I have a Facebook page which I've mentioned, like couple of topics which I would be discussing. And I'm not that camera friendly, because this is my first video. I'm just looking here and there, and it's not that easy, like, just to continuously look at that small dot, please excuse me for that. And okay, I have a notepad file over here which I've been continuously staring if I'm not missing any points, basically. Yeah. So in introduction, okay, I don't need to tell much about myself, I guess. So on YouTube there are a couple of videos, basically, and I went through all of them, and they're like, many things about Kundalini, these that, but no one actually spoke about the basics. The basics, what is the most important, and that I would be starting. It's like driving a car. Like, you start, trigger the ignition and etc. But before that, you need to know driving. That's the most important thing. And the first prior steps before Kundalini, one needs to know are these couple of things which I would be explaining. So it's how these are related. Please, you have to wait. And another thing, my videos won't be small. I mean, duration, because it's not easy for me to make it precise and compress everything and just say it, because another thing, I don't get time. And the reason I'm doing is because, again, my consciousness just ended up telling me, you have to do it. Okay, not consciousness, inner consciousness, like so called the message from your soul or something. So let's start finally. There are some basic elements, like the basics of Kundalini, which, okay, this is proper my knowledge, or like I have been sharing, and these are, it's nowhere written that these are the basics, but according to me, what I've been through, like, these are my observations or what conclusions I have made, and as per my journey, it can again differ from your point of view. So, okay, the basics are like humanity, spirituality, nature, religion, energies, all these things. So let's start with the spirituality first. You know, spirituality doesn't mean you have to sit in front of God or any sort of God and light some scented sticks, or keep on praying, do this, do that, and etc etc. You don't need to do all these things. First of all, it's never needed. Spirituality, it's just simply, like connecting with your heart and through it to the divine, and just praying through a proper faith, like the purest form. And that's spirituality. It is nothing to deal with gods or something like particular way you have to do it. It is just simple. The basic thing is the faith and connecting with the supreme power, whichever face it has. That's the basic thing, like connecting with the divine through a very proper, like with a clean heart. You must not have any sort of like flaws or like or stupidity, etc. So humanity, next thing, humanity. First of all, I would just like to say you, please don't be an assholes. Because, okay, this is later related, but and yeah, yeah, sorry. So you don't have to be an asshole, because if you are and you have started with the spiritual journey, trust me, it's gonna be a super fun. I mean, you'd have the best time of your life. It's like, it would be such a roller coaster if you were an asshole throughout your whole life and you ended up getting in the spiritual journey. It's gonna be a fun. I mean, not fun. I mean, it's gonna be extremely torturous. So, humanity is basically, you don't have to be an asshole. The first basic thing. And if you have been, trust me, you will get screwed up royally. You will have the best roller coaster of your life. And trust me, okay, I guess I've used the word trust me a lot of times, but the thing is that if you have gifted a couple of people, or like the people so called bad things, if you have ended up doing some bad stupid things with the people around, uh, God bless you from this thing then, because the famous what's that called, yeah, famous stage, dark night of the soul, you will have the best time of your life, because each thing which you have gifted to people, like no matter it is whatever, the smallest or the biggest shocks, or technically the torture, or like you have behaved bad with whatever people or thing, it's gonna get cleansed. And the best thing, it's amazing thing you will have in the spiritual cleansing process. Humanity, you need to have a lot of humanity. I mean, the basic things in these things are, a lot of gratitude, compassionate. Again, you don't have to be an asshole. I keep on repeating that. Then it's like whatever stupidities you have done, like basically, while the process of cleansing, those stupidities will come in front of you like a big hurdle with spikes, flavors added. And it's like that, it becomes extremely torturous. And being more human is basically uh, hmm, you don't have to taunt people, you don't have to do anything stupid, like pulling people's, like or something like that. taunting them or not going them from progressing or all these things, it would just add up hurdles in your spiritual journey. If you have done this thing, it's definitely you have to get paid for every single thing, and with that to with double interest, and it's amazing thing. You cannot imagine how it is, but obviously I would be describing my things, what I went through, but this is the thing, it has to be. Humanity is one of the most important element of this spiritual journey. You need to be like more human. You can't just be like fooling around with people. Then okay, then the nature. Again, the so-called the mother nature, you have to respect it, because that's the source you would be drawing your energy from. Okay, the universe and all whatever it is, but it's kind of connected. You need to respect mother nature, the so-called nature. Like, just don't stop screwing around. I mean, like obviously I don't need to mention what you have been doing or whatever it is, but you need to respect nature, because that's the place you would be deriving your energy from. So that's the most important thing. Religion, this is an amazing topic. Trust me, the most amazing topic over here. I mean, it's a part of the topic, and I will try my level best to not mention anything, because it's just I don't want to get my ass kicked over here, because some controversial thing I would say, and the next moment I would be seeing myself in behind the bars or something, or getting kicked up by guys, which again, so I have to be very careful. As simple as that. Okay. Religion is something amazing thing in India. I don't know about others, but in India, we are really amazing when it comes to religion. It's the coolest thing. So what? Okay, what happens in religion is, again, people have messed up with it. They have amazingly messed up with the religion, and the thing is this. You know, okay, I'll just try to make it more simpler. Religion, it's like the god is like one final destinations, and there are different roads which are known as religions, the Hinduism, Jainism, whatever, etc. I don't want to name any others. It's just I'm trying to save myself. Okay, so basically it's a one point, like one destination, that's known as the supreme power, so called god. And the different roads, you can consider them as religion, and the way you travel through them, I mean, the mode of transportation, you can call it as what is mentioned in the books, the holy books, whatever, like Christianity, Bible, or Hinduism, the Bhagavad Gita, and it continues. So what exactly is, like, if you follow those particular certain rules, like whatever things are mentioned over there, like you would just reach to the so-called to the supreme power through awakening of the Kundalini or whatever the process is. That is the basic purpose of religion. It's just different roads, different mode of communications, but reaching the same point. But over the years, people have screwed up with it for their own purpose. And religion is basically, especially Hinduism, I don't know about others, but we have many gods, we have many festivals, as you guys might be knowing it. Ouch. So the thing is that I always wondered why these things. I mean, the rituals. We have couple of rituals. I mean, like there's some festival known as Diwali. Like Diwali, we have a festival, and whatever the story was that Ram came after Vanvas after 14 years. I'm not so right how right am I, but when he comes back, we light diyas and all. The main purpose, okay, this is just a story. The main purpose is when you light diyas, or like those lamps, like mud lamps filled with ghee or something like that. So when you do those stuff, when you light diyas, so what happens is it emits positive energy. That's the basic thing. Positive energy revolves around you, and you feel better. Again, there is a festival known as like we have couple of things. So one of them is Holi. The Rang Panchami, like it's pretty famous all over India, and people play with colors and all. They like throw colors, and before that, a prior day before that, then they burn some wood and etc. Again, I was wondering, why do they do that? There is a story behind everything. Like some, okay, I don't know the story. I don't want to say anything wrong over it, but whatever that thing was. So the main reason behind this was the way it was written. They burn a typical type of wood, and okay, I forgot the name of the wood, but some sort of typical wood. And when you burn that wood, it basically burns the negative energy around you. It cleanses your body's energy, and you surround it and you burn it like bonfire. But again, over the years, people started using any sort of wood, any sort of paper. They are adding fuel and etc. Which is again, the main purpose was different. When that wood was burned, the environment kind of got cleansed. But now it's burned, you just fuck the hell out of it. And then the rang panchami, like you throw colors, you apply on your face and etc. So this thing over here was the color, especially like red and all these colors. They were made from special, like Ayurvedic things. Like the red color was made from Gaumutra. Like Gaumutra is basically cow's urine. It's like it's pretty pure, I guess. I mean, in Hinduism, I don't know what logic it is, but again, I don't want to get into that. But by using Gaumutra and turmeric and like the mixture of some particular pure colors, like one color was formed. Then again, mixture of like obviously the basic colors RG, whatever, red, green, blue, whatever these colors. So these were Ayurvedic colors or something. So whenever it was applied on your face, or it was thrown on the trees or place or anywhere on the ground, it was kind of cleansing the earth, I mean the environment, while you're throwing the colors, because it's all natural, organic, the latest word for it. So it's organic colors. When whatever stuff was applied, it was beneficial for the humans as well as the environment. But again, we humans are awesome. We ended up making them chemical colors and started screwing the environment at its best as possible. So, like especially in Hinduism, I don't know about others, but in Hinduism there are so many festivals, and trust me, like I read a book basically, Hindu rites and rituals. So out of that book, like around 80 to 90%, everything revolved around energies. Everything is energy. You know, like this thing from every festival in India, like is Deepavali, or like Maharashtrians Gudi Padwa, or any sort of festival, yeah, even Akshay Tritiya or whatever festivals, everything revolves around energy. Like some says, that Amvasa and Purnima and whatever these things. Like Amvasa, you're not supposed to get these things. No, you're not supposed to do this thing. It's all because and that particular time, like you, like the universe or like whatever combination forms, the negative sort of energy is emitted, and that is not good. That's the reason you're not supposed to go out or whatever. And on some particular other day, like it's known as the best day, people buy shop, like they shopping and whatever they shop, okay, and do couple of other things, like good things like auspicious days and all. It's considered. The reason is because again some planetary combinations happen, and it just emits positive rays which are beneficial for the human, and it's finally again all energy, and it benefits. That's the basic thing. Kundalini basically revolves around energies. The whole concept of Kundalini is all energy. The environment, the human body, it's everything is energy. Energies is everywhere. Like the whole Kundalini spiritual thing, it's all energies. Like the nature, like spirituality, religious and all, it's revolves, the whole concept revolves around energy. You need to know like the fundamental, the basics of the energy. Then it's better to get into all these things after you know them, rather than just like just jumping in these energies and all and Kundalini, because incomplete knowledge gives you an amazing experiences. So lastly, the heart and you know the Kundalini, your spiritual journey. You need to know not everyone is destined to be. It's not. It's not a cup of tea. You go and have it, and everyone has it. Maybe I don't know if I'm wrong. Like maybe everyone is destined to be awakened, but according to me, no, and it's not advisable. Also, like to get the spiritual and Kundalini awakening experiences and all, especially the modern society, because there are like again as I've mentioned, it's like a barter system. You have to pay a certain price to get these powers, and the price is it's not a small price. It's never a small price. It's gonna give you the best thing of your life. I mean, it will just take the best thing of your life from you. So you need to be very careful, especially with these things. And the lastly, I would say the heart, like the heart for this thing, Kundalini and spiritual awakening or this thing, it has to be very pure. You don't need to have any sort of negative energies, because it's again like a speed. It becomes like a speed breaker in your journey. The negative emotions like taunting, pulling someone down, back, back biting or back bitching. Okay, that's the thing. Then what else is there? Like, yeah, the most important thing I just forgot to mention is that you know, it's a part of the spiritual topic. Like I keep on saying, you don't need to be an asshole, and you don't need to sit in front of the god and just that burn some scented stick. And the basic thing is this, guys. Your heart has to be very good. I mean, if you end up praying to god like 24 hours or like 48 hours or whatever stuff you're doing, and then after at the end of the day you're just back bitching about someone, you are just being jealous of someone, and you are just doing stupid things like being jealousy, taunting about someone, then thinking, okay, jealousy, the most important thing, needs to be controlled. Then feeling bad, like yeah, he's progressing in his life and I'm just doing some shit, I'm not able to progress that much, because these are the things, these are kind of negative emotions which would give you an amazing time in your journey. And if this is not sorted, your journey would, again, it will take you to some haywire thing. I mean, it's the experience won't be that happening. you know these things basically, like negative sort of emotions, you must not have in your heart, because if you have it and you start with this journey, guys, trust me, it will just backfire on you. I mean, backfire are like mental and physical and mental symptoms which can basically screw the hell out of you. And so that's the thing, negative emotions, you're not supposed to have it, because as I said, they just become the speed breakers of your life. I mean, especially in this journey. And the more number of emotions you have, sorry, the more number of emotions you have, like the so-called negative emotions, your journey is gonna be that full of roller coasters. And there is a stage which is known as dark night of the soul, so-called the cleansing process. And I would be describing how was my experiences. But guys, if you have been an asshole throughout your whole life, and you have if you have some these amazing like negative qualities in your heart, this is the phase where it will uh, clean the shit out of you. That's what I can only say. Anyways, I'm signing off. This is Nitish, and hopefully I would be uploading, I guess, couple of videos and I hope you guys like it. And if you don't like it, I wouldn't say you guys subscribe or like my videos or anything, because I'm just doing it because my inner conscious ended up telling me you have to do it. I don't know the reason, but it just said me. So, anyways, I would just keep you guys updated, and I would try my level best to like keep on posting videos as soon as possible. Thank you so much.